Welcome back to Whiskey Happens. This week we're talking about Maker's Mark, private selection. Let's get into it. Travis, you picked out this bottle on a little trip that we took to Kentucky.
I do. I know. And it was such a great trip. And I got to hand dip it, which I always love. That's my favorite part about Makers is being able to hand dip and pick something out that's you can only get at the distillery. So we got this back in August of 2021. I can't believe it's been that long.
October.
Was it October? God,
I've never been to Kentucky in August.
that's true. Jesus. I was thinking, for some reason, I thought it was around my birthday. I don't know why. Okay. But this one is really special. I sent it to Garrett. He hadn't tried it yet. I hadn't opened it. I wasn't going to open it, but obviously I opened it and really liked it.
Oh, okay.
Really liked it. So this one is 108.9 proof. It is called the Milk Chocolate Truffle. I was like, that just sounds awesome. And there's the stave profile for this one, which I think was also very interesting, is 3 baked American pure, 2 seared French, and then 5 roasted French. So it's delightful. It's very toasty. But I wanted to see what you thought about it, so I sent you a handshake.
Yeah, I've never had any of the private selections. I don't think, or that I'm aware of. I think it's a great marketing piece, no different than dipping your own bottles at Maker's Mark. If you've never been on tour, it's fun. Like
Yeah.
I didn't dip a bottle because I was preoccupied with my not mistress, but
Well, you definitely did have a friend.
yeah,
And well, slight side story before we get into this. What Garrett's alluding to is we got there, it was pouring down rain. And of course, we're dorks and we didn't bring anything with us. So we run up to the front and there's a lady there and she's like holding on to Garrett, holding an umbrella. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. If I can find the picture, I will add it down here or somewhere for you guys to see. It was great. I got a picture.
very nice woman, very
Yes.
sweet. She was trying to keep me dry. Um, Retired on her way to Florida.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
I don't know this, and you might know this. Is the mash bill the same as far as I know it's still weeded, but do they change it for private selection or is it still the 70, 16, 14?
Yeah, it's the same mash bill. It's just the big part about this is how the hand selected staves. So changing up the flavor profile with the hand selected staves, and nothing else has really changed on it.
Okay. So I mean, this genius of keeping the same recipe and then just manipulating it, if you will. Not I'm not saying that in a negative way, but
Yeah.
I'm ready to nose this if you are.
Yeah, let's do it.
Still true to Maker's Mark. I don't care how many times I nose Maker's Mark, and I don't know why. Maybe someone could explain the science of this. It just gives off a booming alcohol smell,
Yeah.
no matter what. And
I mean, you saw how much I've drank down, and then I've, it's so, I mean, it's not like it should be a little bit more tamer, but it's not. You're right. It's just got that.
Yeah.
Whew, bite you.
Maybe I should have gone for a wise nose Glen, but I didn't think about it. There's a light creaminess to this. Vanilla note. And then I'm gonna say stone fruit, like a cherry, which is indicative of Maker's Mark. I would say regular Maker's Mark does have a cherry note.
Yeah, definitely. I get cherry, I get chocolate, I get a little bit of caramel. So very, very good.
I'm curious on this chocolate. I definitely don't smell it, but we all know I'm horrible at pulling out chocolate notes.
Yeah, and I'm really good at it. I like chocolate. All right, let's get into this.
All right. What did you say the proof on this was?
Almost 109, basically 109, 108.9.
All right, so it's about 20 points hotter than. I don't know why. In my mind, I thought you said it's about the same as regular makers.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this at all.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go back in. It's got about a medium color. I'm not sure
Yep.
if but
I don't know how to describe it any more than it's just rich and decadent. I mean, it is one of the most complex and just bold taste I've had in a long time. And it's very, very it's not sweet, but it's kind of like a really good mixture of sweet and savory. It's really it punches it really good, but just in a way that it's one of my favorite. That's why I've been drinking the hell out of it.
yeah, I'm gonna say the cherry note definitely comes through. Bold cherry,
Mm-hmm.
light cinnamon, more of a more of the creaminess and chocolateness on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's not to say it isn't there on the taste; it just isn't there for me. I suck with chocolate, but I definitely feel it on the back end.
Yep.
But
I
it
do.
is rich and bold, just like you said. And I couldn't pick anything wrong with this, other than I just wasn't ready for the proof whatsoever.
I will say on a cube, it mellows out probably almost down to 100 with a little bit of ice on it, or even just you add a little bit of water to it. It mellows down to almost 100 proof. To me, I can't add any water to it. My water actually has lemon in it tonight, so I'm like, no, that would have been bad. But
With the twist, that's not bad at all, sir.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So upon adding the water, that really brings out the classic caramel toffee
Mhm.
notes that you know in Maker's Mark. Like just adding, I didn't measure it, but that little drop, that before I would just think I'm drinking a good bourbon. This makes
Mhm.
me know I'm drinking Maker's Mark,
Yeah.
like 8,000%. It 100, I just can't get over that.
I know. I know. And I just can't get over I'm still amazed. That's the best part about the bourbon industry is they change so the flavor profile changes so differently just by the staves that they use in the barrels. And it's just like it's amazing. Like that's the best part about bourbon to me is like it's so different. Well, you'll never get one like this unless you have this one. Like, I mean, I guess you could remake this if you wanted to. Like, if we ever bought a barrel and really loved this, we could remake it. They tell you exactly how to do it. And if the staves are still around, cool note about that. Makers retires their staves after a while. So I think that's pretty neat too.
I remember them saying this on the tour. I forget
Mhm.
why they said why.
I think it's just to keep different ones going. From what I remember, what they said on the tour was that the master distiller there on site likes to just keeps things changing in random placements. I'm pretty sure that they'll retire it, but they'll bring it back at some time. They just don't have it all at one time at the same time, from my understanding. But I think that's really neat. I think it's just gives it a little bit more customization.
Well, Travis, I'm going to say that this was definitely a good pour. Obviously, there's no way you can get more or right
No,
now, but I can see why you drink so much for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's been my little delight, especially over the winter time. So, but whether you like it neat on the rocks or in a Coke, whiskey happens. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.